What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So as y'all know, today is indeed Wednesday, which means a new summon is now live here at Motorfest, and well, we will have the ONX Climber Tire in Platinum. This time around, though, the vehicle that you guys will see in the background there is the main summit vehicle. It is in bronze this time, so if you wanted to, you could probably do like 4 or 5 events and most likely stay in bronze, I would say. So getting this vehicle will be very easy to do. I mean, heck, bro, I am 7th right now, which won't last very long. But anyway, though, looking at the summit here, guys, the first thing I want to say right now, right off the bat, is there is 6 loaned vehicle events in this, so you don't have to worry about anything. You use the Jeep. I probably didn't say that right. Either way, though, you have to use the Jeep on all 6 of these events here, so nothing too insane. For the 3 skills are all no restriction. Funny part is, I use the same car on all 3 of these, the Lamborghini Revuelto. I figured, why not, man? Pretty simple to do. Even for the long jump guys, this is a car that I ran. I would recommend a half score breaker at least. When you spawn in, go backwards, get yourself a running start, head toward the jump, and hit your nitrous in the air. That's all you really have to do, bro. It's fairly simple, I'd say. Same thing for the slalom as well. Once you guys start off, this is also off-road, by the way. And yes, the Revuelto works just fine. All I did was start off, hit the objective, and, just follow it. That was it, bro. It was actually really easy. For the escape, though, this one I would say might be a little bit more interesting because you will be at the playground Red Bull thingy on Maui. When you guys spawn in, go around the objective, turn around and hit it, hit the big cannon, stay on the main road, head toward the other jump after that, hit that, pretty much flying off the mountain toward the main highway of Maui. Big tip, though, when you jump, keep your car straight, bro. Do not turn the car at all because midair, your car will basically go to one side or the other, and there's nothing you can do about it. Funny part is, in my run, I had that exact same issue. Still got 6,000 yards, dude, and it was not good. So I'd recommend being careful on that, guys. That way you don't, ruin the entire run if you fly off the mountain in the wrong way. Besides that, though, the 3 middle events here, obviously, once again, you will be driving the Jeep. These are all very straightforward, guys. Nothing too insane going on with them. I'd actually say you probably recognize most of these events in these 3, so you probably know where to go, what to do, and they should be fairly simple to do. The top right event, though, this race was actually pretty dang fun. I also don't know if this race is in the game. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, though, bruh, doing this summit with these off-road events makes me wish that we'd see more off-road stuff, dude. I know I've talked about it in old videos. I will not go over that again because obviously I am wasting my breath and stuff saying the same things because I know they won't end up doing it. But my goodness, dude, the off-roading just has so much potential. There's so many places for races like this one here. Really does show that. The big thing, though, is watch out in the water. You can cut areas. Obviously, watch out for trees. And watching out when you are going in the water, trying to cut areas that might be too deep, and you might swamp your truck, bro, so be careful. The other event, though, follow the guide here. This one will actually have the Pro Racing modifier on it, so that obviously means no HUD at all. I would recommend putting your vehicle in automatic. I did anyway because I wasn't going to do an 8-speed transmission with this thing going through a forest, but honestly, the race was pretty nice. You are driving on the off-road, obviously the muddy area through like the bamboo forests and all that stuff. It's actually pretty dope. I do like the scenery in this event. I did enjoy this one pretty much for the most part. I would say the biggest thing you're pretty much in cockpit view and stuff like that. There are some cuts here and there you can do, and also watching out and sliding into a tree would probably not work all that great. The final event here, though, in the summit, guys, again, I gotta admit it, this race right here truly shows me that they could easily do more off-road stuff, or at least add some type of thing to the game that would allow you to make off-road or do off-road events, because it has the flare thing that is orange, similar to the monkey playlist, right? I honestly wish they would do things like this. This race was pretty dope. I did like how you pretty much drive anywhere. Again, something like this would be amazing, man. It would fill in areas of the map for off-roading. It would fill in Maui because obviously there's a ghost town over there. There's even areas on Oahu that you could easily just, put flares up and just make some dope races. I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing my mind at this point. But this shows me that it's obviously there, and they can easily fill in areas and stuff. But do watch out in the beginning because the AI definitely mess everything up in the beginning of this race. So do watch out for them. They'll probably screw you up as well. Besides that, guys, try not to turn the Jeep too much going off a jump or in the air. And you should be good to go, man. The race is honestly pretty simple. Oh, and one last tip for basically every race in general. when you guys are in the air, hit your nitrous because the Jeep only does like 165-ish on the ground. In the air, it will do 180 plus. So make sure whenever you guys get air, if it's even a little jump, hit the nitrous in the air. It will make you much faster. Besides that, though, this summit is honestly pretty straightforward, man. Nothing too insane going on. I would say players will like it. And luckily, again, if you don't want to do too much, all you got to do is get bronze for the truck, man. So I would say it's fairly simple. If you guys have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into this one.